Linda, Tom, the Stambolian family, and all guests. I'm so sorry we could not come in for the party. We shared in tonight's special event, but we were here with you in spirit. Judy and I are in California. Daughter Hillary is in Arizona. Son Brad is in Tennessee. As you can see, we are spread out across the country, but we'll still send our heartfelt congratulations on Tom and Linda's 40th wedding anniversary. To make the 40-year story short, I could not have asked for a better sister than Linda or a better brother-in-law than Tom. My nephews Tom and Charlie and niece Kristen have been wonderful blessings to me, and I think everyone knows that we've had many years of great and happy times together. Have a great time tonight. We'll be thinking of you long distance from California, Arizona, and Tennessee. I'm looking forward to seeing you all in 3 weeks in August. Love and best regards, Eddie. Okay, so now it's my turn. First, I'd like to go back in time before this 40th year celebration and give you some insights on Linda and Tom growing up. Now, I enlisted a trusted partner, Eddie, and helped me in this endeavor. You may find that as we recount the past, you'll see some similarities in what Linda and Tom had to deal with their younger brothers, Eddie and me, respectively. For Linda, when she was around 4 or 6, she and her friend Sharon would dress up like old ladies and fool Eddie and his friend David when Linda said that they were their great-grandmothers, and the boys believed her. Later one Christmas, Eddie really wanted this huge tabletop football game. He dropped a million of hints to Linda. So on Christmas Eve, she put his gift under the tree, and it was a small gift-wrapped shoebox. Eddie was extremely disappointed, to say the least. So Christmas morning, he opens up the box, and he reads a note saying, "Your real gift is in the closet." When he opened up the closet, there was the football game. As kids, you're going to like this one. As kids at Cooley Lake, Eddie would put on his previous day's smelly socks onto a fishing line and dangle it across Linda's nose while she was sleeping. She took it all in fun with patience of a saint. Eddie used to call Linda my darling sister, and she, I think, would call Eddie my darling brother. Well, the darling brother used to sell tickets for 10 cents to his buddies to tour his darling Linda's bedroom to see how a teenage girl lives. It was a big hit in the neighborhood. He made a lot of money. So now we're going to fast forward to 1966 and 67. Linda pulls up into their driveway with a brand new, sexy 1967 Camaro with a racing blue stripe and a black stripe and a big 327 engine. Eddie couldn't believe his eyes. He spent the rest of the next 4 years trying to connive a way to get the car from her to borrow it for his own days. As Linda got a little older and started doing some more dating and get all prepped to go out, Eddie, and this is Eddie's words, and his hippie friends would gather around the front porch to greet their date. One of those times, it was Tom's turn for the royal welcome. And he got the royal welcome from Eddie and the boys. But even with their long hair and guitars and their obnoxious adolescent behavior, Tom married her anyway. It says a lot about his love for Linda. Now my turn. Life with Tom was just as fun. We have nicknames in our family. A few of you might remember the first one. In the 60s, Tom was known as Crazy Eights. This was given by either Bob or Jack because of our St. John's Armenian Veterans basketball team. His jersey number was 8. Now, Tom was known to throw a few elbows when he would go for rebounds. they said those elbows had swords on them. And it proved out many times during our pickup games at our house, because I still got some sores and cuts from those games. You can see more similarity here in the suit. Tom liked to sleep in. My mother would have a real hard time waking Tom up. But I found the trick, and so that my kids have learned this too, how to get somebody up. You walk in with a little glass of water, and you start to pour. Tom would go nuts, throw out the covers, and chase me out the room. But I got him up. Now, growing up as Tom's younger brother had some pitfalls for me. During my late elementary and junior high, Tom had already established himself as the perfect student. I am not kidding. His junior high report card had all A's and used to mark for citizenship. He had all ones. So here comes the younger Jimmy. Oh, you're Tom's younger brother. I said, yes, but I'm not going to get an A. In high school and college, Tom picked up a new nickname, Tomas. And again, I think this is Jack's doing. And it's also become like his lifetime nickname. I think this inspired Tom to be quite the Don Juan. Because when we would go out cruising on Woodward Avenue with our cousins or friends, we learned the most famous, impressive pickup line in the world. Here we are, rolling down Woodward Avenue. I think in Ronnie's 61 Pontiac, there's like 6 of us in the car. All of a sudden we hear, as this beautiful car goes by with all these blonde girls going by, he rolls down the window. What church do you go to? Well, it didn't work that night. The good thing about this famous pickup line, Tom didn't have to use it on Linda when they went out on their first date. And by the end of that year, which I think was in spring of 1970, they were becoming a couple. Now this is where a story my dad, I'm sure Anniv don't know, and Annie, you should cover your ears. I think this was really my first introduction to Linda. And this was at a New Year's Eve party at Greg Jamian's house. My parents could have been upstairs, I don't know. You'll find out why, I don't know soon. And maybe even Aunt Divart was there. I had arrived early in grand style. Like tonight, I had a nice suit and tie. I even had a top coat. When Tom and Linda arrived, they walked downstairs. They heard loud music. They heard shouting of a good time. And they saw people dancing in a circle. And in the middle of this Armenian dance, laying spread eagle on the floor, in a nice suit and a top coat, was the passed out Jimmy. What a great way to meet Linda for the first time. Now for the serious part. You can uncover your ears. We've been blessed with the joining of Tom and Linda. We've enjoyed many great times with the Ballian family and friends. We all know that Linda is a loving wife to Tom, an outstanding mother, a fantastic daughter-in-law, a very supporting sister-in-law and aunt. Tom and Linda have showed us by many examples how to raise outstanding and bright kids. Over the years, we've had great times together. But to me, one stands out as an example. It was a Christmas Eve when Tom and Linda were living in an apartment at the Citation Club as they're waiting for their house to be built. They sold the one and moved to the other in the apartment. Sarah and Aunt Virgin were leading us all in singing Christmas songs, and the kids were all playing musical instruments. We were packed into this apartment. We couldn't move because stuff was stored all over the place. You had to like move a chair to walk by and move it back and move around. But this showed what was important in life. It wasn't about material things. It's about being with the people you love. We love you both, and what you've done for us for 40 years. We want to be with both of you for another 40. Thank you.